Hello everyone. Today I wanted to talk to you about my latest seed haul for my fall planting. So I'm getting ready to put together my fall garden. I want to get it all designed up on paper and get all the plants that I want to grow, and I already have a lot of seeds that I am going to work with, but I purchased some new seeds from Johnny's and of varieties and vegetables that I have never grown before. So I just wanted to go through this seed haul that I just received and let you know what I am going to be doing with them. Okay, so first up I have kohlrabi. I've never had kohlrabi before. Should probably buy some and try, but that's just not my way. I'm gonna just go ahead and plant them and experiment with them, but I have purchased from Johnny's two varieties. I purchased Kosak, which is a storage variety, and Azure Star, which is a purplish kohlrabi. Kosak is a white kohlrabi and it takes 80 days to get to maturity, and you want to harvest those Kosak kohlrabis when the diameter of that bulb is about 8 inches. The Azure Star is that purple variety, and its maturity, the amount of time it takes for maturity is 48 days, and those kohlrabis are harvested when they are 2 to 3 inches in diameter. I'm going to go ahead and start the kohlrabi sometime in August, and based on some of the research that I have done, you don't want to interplant the kohlrabi with tomatoes, beans, or peppers, but what you can interplant with is beets and onions, both of which are on my list to plant. Next up are onions, and in Virginia, onions apparently are pretty tricky, so I didn't have much luck with the onions that I started in the spring, and I was really just experimenting and throwing them out there. And I did that knowing that there was something called short day, long day, intermediate, something having to do with your latitude. So I went and looked up the information and tried to get a better understanding of it after I purchased my onion seeds from Johnny's. That's like so smart. But anyway, Virginia is in kind of like the no man's land between short day and long day. So short day onions are onions that are grown in areas south of 35 degrees latitude. And long day onions are onions that are grown in areas north of 38 degrees latitude. So where I live in Virginia, we are at 38 degrees latitude. So both of the varieties of onions that I purchased are short day onions. So I don't know if they're gonna work for me or not. I'm really gonna have to do some more research on intermediate day onions, and if any of you all know some really good intermediate day onions, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. First I have Madeline. It is a yellow onion and it's about 150 day onion, and then the Red Rock is 160 day onion. And those days are from fall planting. Red Rock is a jumbo red onion. So with both of these onions, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to seed them inside in a few weeks here in August, and then I will transplant them out in September timeframe, and I'm hoping to overwinter them. What the other thing that I wanna do is I want to winter sow the onion seeds. So in early December or early January, I will get a container that has a cover on it, and I will sow the seeds in that covered environment, like a little teeny nursery, and with holes in the top, and I will winter sow the onion seeds that way. And just a note, I talk about winter sowing a lot, and the winter sowing method that I was just referring to is different from how when I say I winter sow my native plant seeds. When I winter sow my native plant seeds, I'm basically saying that I'm planting them in trays, and I'm just leaving them outside for the winter. So I'm sowing them in the winter. And then I purchased a package of beets, and I'm just gonna put a disclaimer out there if any of my friends are listening. This is what we call an advanced vegetable, and probably something that I personally won't like, but the health benefits sound so great. So I really just want to give it, you know, the old college try. So I bought 1 package of beets. They're round red beets. I'm going to start sowing them now in probably 2-week intervals. So based on my research, beets like growing in a cooler temperature, and that's what promotes the best color. So it's hotter than all get out here in Virginia. So we'll see what happens. Again, I'm just experimenting and I'm learning with the vegetables. So the other thing that I heard is that fluctuation in temperature on the beets will cause discoloration. So anyway, I'm gonna do a few sowings and see if I can get some harvest out of those seeds. In case I didn't mention, the beets are a 50-day to maturity vegetable, and they can be interplanted with onions, lettuce, Swiss chard, and peas, but you don't want to interplant them with asparagus, spinach, corn, or potatoes. So the last vegetable that I am going to grow is Swiss chard bright lights. This vegetable looks so beautiful, and I'm really, really excited to grow it, not only because I want to try it. Again, might be an advanced vegetable for me, but I'm gonna give it a go anyway. But it just looks so beautiful, so I had to have it in my fall garden. And I'm gonna get those started here shortly in the August time frame, and I'm probably going to do a couple succession sowings through the middle of September. From what I read with the bright lights, they are a bolt resistant chard, Swiss chard, which is good for my area because it gets so hot here, but they aren't as frost hardy as some of the other varieties. So I may try and find another variety of Swiss chard that is a little more frost hardy so that it can take me a little bit longer into the fall. So those are the new varieties of vegetables that I am going to be sowing here for my fall crop. All of these are new to me. I'll do another video of the vegetables, the fall vegetables I'll be planting that I've planted in the past. So when I was going through and doing research for each of the vegetables, I found a couple websites so unbelievably helpful. I just was like, where have these been, you know, for the past year since I've really been trying to amp up my vegetable production, or my vegetable growing. So the first one is, and I'll put these up on the screen too, Gardenate. You just click on the vegetable you want, you put in your zone, and it gives you just some fantastic information. And then the other website, which I'm sure most of you are all familiar with, is the Farmer's Almanac website. And there's a few different ways to get some really specific information based on your zone. Sorry, there was an eastern tiger swallowtail outside. So yeah, you put in your zip code, and depending on like where you are in the website, you can find out when is the best fall planting and the last day and all sorts of fabulous information. And they even have links to growing some of these vegetables, and it's from YouTubers I watch. So I thought that was really super cool. So thank you so much for joining me today if you've made it this far. And please, if you like this content, consider sharing with your friends, subscribing, clicking the bell button to know when I upload new videos, all that kind of good stuff. Thank you again for spending your time with me, and I will see you again next time.